Hey there, Mackenzie. Are you awake right now? I've got a big announcement to make. Ready? I'm happy to inform you that your fiancé is now my boy toy.
What?
We just left our hotel a little bit ago after a very fun night together. Plan was just to spend the evening there, but your fiancé just couldn't get enough, so we ended up staying until morning.
Penny, what are you saying?
You don't get it? We've been seeing each other on the weekends for the last 3 months. You didn't really notice?
Why?
You know why. Because you're a pretentious little skank and thought you had the right to get married before me? I did what I had to do to show you your place.
Had to? You had to sleep with my fiancé? What's the matter with you?
So what? I was getting married before you. Who cares? It doesn't matter at all. Oh my god, you are unbelievable. Don't pretend like you forgot what you did. You remember that time when my boyfriend found out I was cheating on him and dumped me? You brought your fiancé to the house to show him off to me the very next day.
What the? Is that really your reason?
My own sister was mocking my pain and shoving her happiness in my face. Who wouldn't get pissed off at that?
You're making zero sense.
Whatever. I don't need to explain myself to you. The two of you are breaking up now, right? I win, you lose.
I guess it'd probably be a waste of time if I told Mom and Dad what an abhorrent slut you are. They'd never believe me.
Of course they wouldn't. Those two oblivious doofuses think I'm a virgin. After all, I'm way prettier than you are. It's only natural that they would favor me.
I'm done. I have nothing to say to you anymore. Have fun with my ex. I don't care.
Oh, really?
Goodbye.
Hey there, Mackenzie. Did you get the invitation for my wedding in the mail?
Yeah. But seriously, what is this?
What do you mean? It's a wedding invitation, dummy.
Who is this guy you're getting married to? I've never seen this name before in my life.
You're not fooling anyone. As if you'd forget your own boyfriend's name.
Boyfriend?
You thought you could hide him from me? Well, you thought wrong.
You should have seen this coming. You started dating him right after I stole your fiancé from you, and then I got your new boyfriend in bed with me just as fast. So seriously? You can quit your pretending. I know everything. What are you talking about, Penny?
What? Did you actually think I was gonna marry your ex-fiancé? A complete loser like him? Give me a break. I tossed him to the curb the day after I told you about our relationship.
The next day?
Well, yeah. It's not like I was seeing him because I liked him or anything. I only used him to get at you, and after I broke your heart, I had no more use for him.
You're really something else, Penny. You slept with a guy just to hurt me? Unreal.
Yeah, but this time, you actually landed a pretty decent boyfriend, so there's no way I'm letting this one slip away. We're getting married.
Hold on, I need to get a dictionary and see if there's a stronger word to describe you than immoral, soulless, or vile blood-sucking succubus.
Aw, you're really hurt that I'm gonna be enjoying marital bliss while you're nursing your emotional wounds. Anyway, make sure you come, okay? I really want you to be there.
Not a chance in hell.
What? You're not gonna come to your old little sister's wedding? What kind of sister are you? How could you be so cold?
Do you really not see how painfully ironic it is that you're saying that to me right now? You slept with a man just to hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
but you deserve that, so... Whatever. I'm not coming to your wedding, Penny.
Come on! Why not?
His parents were so disappointed when you weren't there when I introduced him to Mom and Dad. You should have seen them. If it wasn't for the fact that I stole him from you, I would have just told them that you were dead or that I was an only child. But unfortunately, that option wasn't available to me. Why don't you just tell them that we're not on speaking terms? That would be actually telling the truth.
I couldn't do that. They might start asking questions.
What's the matter? You don't want your future in-laws to see what a home-wrecking harpy you are?
What's that for?
Nothing. I just have a really, really bad feeling about this. So yeah, I'm definitely not coming to your wedding.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Bye, Penny.
Hey there, Mackenzie. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm so excited.
Huh?
I'm getting married to your boyfriend tomorrow, remember? The fact that I'm crushing your happiness just makes this day even happier for me.
Oh, it's tomorrow? Wow, I had completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, right. You're such a bad liar. I know you're gonna be crying yourself to sleep tonight. This is now the second man I stolen from you. And this time, I'm actually getting married to him. This is the best. I think I might cry laughing. But man, that boyfriend of yours is a real catch, Mackenzie. He's filthy rich. He makes 300 grand a year. Thanks so much for finding him for me. If not for you, we might never have gotten married. I can't wait until we get into our sweet room at the luxurious hotel where we're staying our first night as man and wife. Just him, me, and a do not disturb sign.
For the record, my boyfriend is currently sitting next to me watching TV.
Huh?
And also for the record, he's not my boyfriend. He's my husband.
What? Husband? You met a new man and married him already?
No, you moron. Unlike a particular someone I know, I have too high of a moral standard to go out banging a different guy every day of the week.
Then what the hell is going on? I already stole your fiancé and your boyfriend, but now you're suddenly married? If you're just trying to ruin my wedding by lying to me that you're actually happy, then that is really low.
I'm not lying, Penny.
Then start explaining why the hell you're married right now.
Well, long story short, you made a very, very big mistake, Penny.
What mistake? Start making sense.
Actually, to be more accurate, you've made two very, very big mistakes.
You're still not making any sense.
The truth is, you have never stolen any man from me, not even one. I got married to my fiancé, the man you tried to steal from me.
You're lying. I slept with your fiancé and dumped him afterward. I had met him before. I know what he looks like. There's no way I would make a mistake like that. I knew exactly who I was going for.
Yeah, the guy you slept with, he's actually my boyfriend's older brother.
His brother?
Yep, and he's now officially my brother-in-law. He came by the house while we were visiting my in-laws the other day and said something about having a fling with some woman who was coming on crazy strong to him, but ever since then, he hasn't heard or seen anything from her. But that got me suspicious. And when I asked him to show me a picture of this mystery woman, he showed me a picture of him standing next to you, Penny.
Oh no.
You only ever met my husband once, Penny, and you never even knew his name. Apparently, you didn't even remember his face that well, because you ended up sleeping with his older brother by mistake. I guess I don't blame you. They do look an awful lot alike.
I can't believe it.
When I told him the truth why you had gone after him, he was furious. Like, seriously, he looked like he was about to explode. But after that, he went down to his boxing gym and took out all of his frustration, anger, and embarrassment on the punching bags. So he's very much over you now.
Wait, so then who's the second boyfriend of yours? The guy I'm getting married to tomorrow. He's your boyfriend. What's the deal with him? I saw him going in and out of your apartment all the time. He had to be your boyfriend. I followed him home one day and started hitting on him because he was your boyfriend.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on first. But when I took another good look at the name on the wedding invitation, I realized that it was the name of the guy who lived next door to me in my old apartment building.
Next door?
I'm pretty sure you have gotten the room number wrong. My apartment was number 302, and your fiancé was living in 301.
That wasn't your room?
And by the way, I moved out of that apartment, so I don't live in that building anymore.
Wait, so you're telling me that I actually did get the wrong guy?
Yep. It was a close call. Too close for comfort. In fact, I'm still really angry at you for playing with my brother-in-law's heart like that. But in the end, I was still able to get married to my fiancé. So there's the silver lining.
No! No, come on! Mackenzie, answer me! What did you do?
You tell me.
My fiancé broke up with me. He said he can't marry me anymore.
Oh.
Oh? Is that you have to say for yourself? Tell me what's going on here right now.
Why are you asking me?
Because this is your fault. It has to be. Who else could be behind this? You just couldn't allow me to even have a tiny bit of happiness. You went and told a pack of lies to my fiancé, didn't you?
How would I do that?
You told me yourself. You were neighbors.
Yeah, and that's about as far as our relationship went. We would say hi to each other when we met in the hallway, but we weren't really friends or anything. I don't even know his number.
But
did you think about maybe asking your fiancé what's going on? Knowing you, you're probably sending this message to me in the middle of his breakup speech without waiting for him to finish, right?
How did you know?
Any case, trust me, whatever reason your fiancé has for breaking up with you, I had nothing to do with it. If you would like to discuss this issue further with me, please finish your current conversation first, and try messaging me again, okay?
Mackenzie, I need help. Can you lend me $80,000?
What? $80,000? I'm just doing desk work at a small company. I don't have that kind of money.
You're the only one who can help me.
Let me take a stab in the dark. Does this have something to do with your breakup from yesterday?
My fiancé found out about my boyfriend and my other boyfriend.
Wait a minute, two? Oh my god, you were sleeping with two other men while engaged to this guy?
But I broke it off with both of them a week before the wedding. I guess one of them told my fiancé about everything. So now I have to pay the $80,000 bill for the wedding all by myself, and he's probably gonna sue me for cheating on him and for taking his money. So, yeah, that's where things stand for me right now. Incredible. Just incredible. And worse, when I told Mom and Dad about the two boyfriends thing, they just got this really disgusted look on their faces and told me that they weren't gonna do anything at all to help me out of this. Then they just turned around and walked out of the room, and they haven't spoken to me ever since.
I see. I guess seeing three men at the same time was enough to disillusion them into the precious little innocent princess game you had been playing with them.
Please, Mackenzie, I need your help.
Did you actually think I was gonna help you out?
Yeah.
Sure. In the end, you ended up targeting the wrong guy, but you still were deliberately attempting to ruin my marriage. I will never help you. You got yourself into this mess. You can get yourself out.
I told you, Mackenzie, you're the only person I have left.
This isn't just about me. My husband is furious at you too. You played with his brother's heart, then smashed it to pieces. If I helped you out, that would be a betrayal of my husband. So again, not a chance.
But I don't have any money. I can't afford to pay an $80,000 bill for a wedding that didn't happen. What am I supposed to do?
You could always, get a job.
A job?
Well, seeing as though you didn't go to college and haven't had a single job in your entire life, I imagine your employable skill set is probably somewhat limited.
Get a job? Me?
Well, you're gonna have to find some way to pay for that $80,000 wedding bill.
No way!
My sister was always looking for a rich man to take care of her. It seemed like she was pretty confident that she could make this dream a reality. And since she was so sure that she would be living the pampered life at home all day of her husband's money, she never really felt any need to desire work. And, well, you can see how far that got her. I guess the bill has finally come due for her reckless behavior up until now. Having earned the ire of our parents, who had treated her like their precious little angel all her life, she was now left with only one option: to deal with the massive debt she had incurred. Run away. She started going through all of her old boyfriends and even some guys that she met on social media, staying with each one for a few days at a time. And eventually, she finally worked her way so far down her list that she actually came to my brother-in-law for help. That was a mistake that she soon regretted, because he was not about to take any more nonsense from her. He called the police, who swiftly came to pick her up. She now has a fresh criminal record for stealing a bunch of cash and valuables from her fiancé, so I think she's going to find it pretty difficult to work off her $80,000 debt once she gets out of jail. Not that it's any of my concern anymore.
Joy, good evening. Your kid is 4 years old now, so they should be getting ready for preschool to start here pretty soon. Good evening, Ellie. That's right, and the entrance party for it will be happening next week, actually. Honestly, I never thought the time would come for my little baby to have to grow up and start getting ready for something like school. And to think me, of all people, would get to experience having a child of my own and watching them grow. Well, we are all in our mid-40s now, right? Back when all of us heard about how you had just gotten pregnant with your first child at the age of 40, we were all shocked. But it's great that after 5 years have gone by, everything's turned out all right with your kid, and there were no problems at all for either of you. Well, thank you for mentioning that. I've still got plenty of years left where I'll have to be raising a child in the house, but I know that my husband and I were always dreaming of this, so no matter how old we get, we'll make sure to put all our energy into them. Oh, that's right. I found out that my niece's kid will be going to the same preschool as your daughter. Oh, is that right? Her name was Jessica, right? She's your twin sister's daughter. Yes. And this year, she just turned 20, right? Yes, that's right. So, well, she had her baby at the age of 17, I think, and ever since then I really haven't seen either her or my niece any. And I haven't even heard anything about her boyfriend. A few people in the neighborhood I live in still seem to talk with her every so often, so I get all my updates about her from them. I see. Both of her parents ended up getting divorced, but you knew that already. However, they are both married again now, so things in her life have always been all over the place. I don't think Jessica has really even had a place to truly call home, and that's why for a while before she had her baby, she was always coming over to see me. But I'm thinking that after I started to worry a little bit about her being pregnant, she started to think of me as her annoying old aunt. And that's where our relationship really dropped off. I think she's even gone and blocked my number. But at least you have people in the neighborhood who are still in touch with her. That's true. I really am fortunate to have all of them around. And once preschool gets going for my daughter, I'm sure I'll run into Jessica some, so I can tell you how she's doing. Thank you, Joy. Anyway, my bath is about ready for me, so I'm going to put my phone down now. Sounds good. I'll talk with you another time. Hey. I heard that you're 45 years old. Pardon me? I'm just 20 years old. That's very young to you, right? Who is this I'm speaking to? Just a little bit ago, you were talking with one of my cute mom friends, and the both of you exchanged phone numbers, right? Well, I went to my friend after that and got your number from her. Okay. So are you seriously 45 years old? Yes, I am. Did you come with your kid's kid today because they weren't able to bring them to the party or something? No, actually, that kid happens to be my daughter. What? So that must mean at the age of 41, you gave birth to her? Giving birth to a baby at 41 years old? That would mean you gave birth while you were the same age my mom is now. The fact that a little girl has to grow up having an old hag as her actual mother is so sad. Poor thing. Considering you are way too old to understand what any of us younger moms are talking about, you are not allowed to become friends with any of us. Excuse me, but you are going on and on a little bit too much for my taste. How about you tell me your name first, before getting so caught up in what you have to talk about? Huh? Let's not talk about me becoming friends with you or not right now. First, I want to know about who I'm talking with and what exactly you're talking about regarding me being an old hag. If that's how you're going to talk about me, then I probably wouldn't even want to be friends with you all anyway. So, can we start by having you tell me your name and laying off that horribly rude attitude? Wow, such an annoying old hag. I might be annoying, but the fact that you're not giving me your name is pretty uncool of you. What? My name is Jessica. What? Jessica? Yes, and do you have a problem with that? For some reason, you're acting exactly like my old and stupid aunt, and that's really starting to grind my gears now. I'll make you pay for acting up like that around me. That's what you frickin' get. I came up right behind you without a single person noticing and kicked you square in the ass. I bet that frickin' destroyed your lower back. And watching you fall down after losing your footing was so wild. Oh my god. The fact that your little daughter came running to you screaming and crying, "Mama," was the cherry on top that I needed. Oh, how hilarious things have become. Oh, and another thing. I'm not very keen on you becoming a part of my friend group, but you are more than welcome to become my punching bag. Actually, that sounds like a great plan, all right? From here on out, I'm going to have myself an old hag as my stress reliever. Anytime I see you, I'll be coming your way with a punch or kick, so be ready for that. See you later, Grandma. Joy! Oh, hi, Ellie. I heard that you really hurt your lower back. Are you going to be all right? I'll be fine. I just pulled it a little is all, so there shouldn't be any lasting issues. I wanted to make sure things weren't broken there, though, so I went into the urgent care just to have it looked at. They had me transferred to the hospital because over time it became more and more stiff and I couldn't really walk anymore, so I'll be here for a few days. But don't worry, because by then I should be as good as new. Well, I'm happy to hear that things weren't all too bad for you. But having to be admitted to the hospital, all because of what Jessica did to you? Oh, I am so very sorry for her behavior. You don't have to apologize for anything. You weren't there, so what could you have done to change this outcome? I know, but she is my niece, and that means I take partial responsibility for her actions. Honestly, from what I'd heard about her these past few years, she hasn't been all that crazy. There have been a few times here and there where she's had outbursts, but for the most part, she's been working hard at being a young mom. But I should have never taken what everyone around me was saying about her for granted. So before things get any worse with her behavior, I'm going to do what I should as her aunt and put the fear of God into her. I understand you wanting to really punish her for what she's done, but it seems that my husband is going to handle things regarding what happened, so maybe take a second to calm down first. All right? I'll be fine. I don't want you or your husband to get involved in any more of this. You make sure to focus on having your back heal up and tell your husband to take care of your daughter. Please. I'll stop by tomorrow afternoon to see you as well for a little bit. All right, I'll let my husband know. And thank you. Just don't get too carried away with her, okay? I'll try not to. Also, when the time comes that I need to talk with Jessica at all, can I please borrow your phone to do so? What? I guess you can if you'd like to use it. Excuse me? What should I say? The person that came to get your daughter today was a man. Was that your husband? If that's the case, then that man is way too good looking for such an old and wrinkled granny like yourself. I know that women are pretty much useless after turning 40, but when it comes to men in their 40s, they are just getting started. I might have to take him from you now. Just what I expected from you, Jessica. Huh? This is the end of the road for you. What? Who is this? Saying things like that to a person who doesn't even know you is a bit too aggressive, don't you think? I'm sorry for butting in on all the fun you were having there. I am your aunt that you've been avoiding for the past couple of years. Your Aunt Ellie? What? Huh? Aunt Ellie? What's going on here? Did you know that I've been best friends with the beholder of this phone number ever since high school? Her name happens to be Joy, and she is, in fact, a joy. What? I knew that you both were around the same age, but you're best friends? Are you kidding me right now? Right now, Joy is sitting right next to me watching all of this unfold on her phone. She was the one that allowed me to borrow her phone from her in order to have a word with you. Because you've had my phone number blocked for how long now? 4 years? Okay. Aunt Ellie, I went and unblocked your phone number. Now what? All right, thank you. I would like you to stop acting all vague right now, though. What was all of this about? Because I'm telling you right now that I don't want anything else to do with you or Joy now. Well, unfortunately, there's still plenty of things you and I have to talk about. So don't think you can get out of things that easily. Huh? Joy ended up having to go to the hospital. She had to go to the hospital? And she's been admitted into it. What? Because of you kicking her from behind, you went and hurt her lower back pretty badly. Luckily, she'll only be in the hospital for a few days as she has her pain managed and some therapy done to help the muscles. But it's going to cost her some money being there for a few days, and that will most likely not be cheap for her. So you are going to have to pay her a settlement for both those medical bills and for her time. Huh? I have to pay her? Well, of course. It's your fault she had to go to the hospital for this. You should be able to put together the pieces of this simple puzzle easily, Jessica. I don't have the money to pay for all of that, though. This isn't going to be something you can just get away with doing, do you understand? But I don't have any money. Well, I'm sure you don't. So don't be surprised that from here on out you will most likely be left for the streets. Huh? What are you going on about? Considering you only bothered to care about Joy's husband's looks today, you probably have no idea who he really is and what he does. All I know is that he's really good looking for being in his 40s and most likely has money. Jesus Christ. Then how about we catch you up to speed on what's going to be happening? What are you talking about, Aunt Ellie? Jessica, right now you're a single mother, right? Huh? How? The reason you were divorced was because you cheated on your husband. He ended up forcing you to pay him a settlement for what you'd done to him, and now you're paying that off little by little. You were then able to find yourself a small job within a small company and are now working as an office lady there. Right? Yes, but... And the CEO of that company you were just hired by not too long ago, he happens to be the exact same man you were just calling hot. Joy's husband. Huh? Now you're all up to speed, right? Not only did you have no clue what the owner of the company you worked for looked like, but you also went and sent his wife to the hospital. No way. This is a very small world, isn't it? How could something like this actually happen? Well, it's actually happened, so you should know the answer now. Right now, the CEO is here with me. He's with you right now? So far, we've all agreed not to get the police involved because of the fact that you still have a very young child with you, and because you are still having to pay off another settlement. But within the company, you have been up to a lot of bad things, such as threatening other employees who don't do as you tell them, and also slacking off and leaving work early to go enjoy yourself. For the past year, I haven't heard anything really good about you from those that work with you and from those that know you as a friend. And now you've gone and assaulted the wife of your CEO while at a preschool with a bunch of kids around. None of that you've been up to is acceptable, and you will be punished for it. Tomorrow you will be spoken to in person about all that's to come. But just be aware that you have not been with that company for very long, and so the HR team has every reason to get rid of you for whatever reason they need to. So you will be getting 1 month before your fate is decided. What? No! You're lying to me right now, right? Why? I can't be let go from the company this early. I already had to drop out of high school after becoming pregnant, and then I had a baby and had to deal with the divorce. Finding a job was so tough for me, and so when I finally got one, I was really thinking that things would work out for me. Things were really starting to feel good to me. Then shouldn't you have started to take things more seriously, like the way you worked and the way you dealt with other adults? The fact that your reason for sending your CEO's wife to the hospital was because you didn't like how old she was and the way she talked. That kind of a reason isn't going to slide in this world. And saying things like, "I don't know," will not help your case at all. Of course, even had she not been your CEO's wife, things would still end up the same way for you. Now, considering that you don't seem to have any idea how to behave like an adult, and are expected to be the caretaker of your own child, we've all decided you need to be put under watch. So the whole family has decided that you will come to live with me now. What? Luckily, at my house, you will have people like your fairly strict uncle and your very strict aunt, as well as both of your cousins who are now becoming adults themselves to deal with. No! We are going to make sure that you get your act together and that you are held very responsible for everything you've done thus far. No way! After all of that, a few days passed before I got my settlement from Jessica that paid for all my medical expenses and the time she took away from me. She was fired from the company she was at sooner than expected by my husband, as he couldn't forgive what she had done to me. But luckily, she had a very well put together aunt watching over her, so she was able to help find her a new job pretty quickly. And with how things are back in her aunt's home, she really has no freedom there, and if anything, her baby is getting more freedom than her. After about half a year had gone by, I went over there to see Ellie and everyone, and that's when I got to meet with Jessica again. I was a bit nervous at first, but I was shocked to see she had started growing into an adult, as the first thing she said to me was sorry before asking me how I've been doing. It seems that for the past 6 months, things like having to work all the time and not having any time at home to mess around, Jessica was forced to pull herself together. And so we can all now say that she's settled down a lot and is less abrasive to be around. I'm hoping that the next time I see her, she's even more calm and we can talk a little about what happened back when she kicked me down. A lot of things had happened with her at such a young age, so I really don't want to hold too much of that against her if I don't have to. And since both our kids are the same age, I think that as long as things go smoothly in the future, we can become close and friendly mothers with one another. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.